His MVP. Golfs one, right field. Forget about it. Rangers strike first. Goes after the first one. Drills a high fly ball. Left center field. This game is tied. From Javier. Seager hits a high fly ball. Deep right field. A bomb in the first. One swing. High drive. It's tied. Seager smashes the ball down the line. Goodbye. Now Seager to right center field. Way back there. Shot again. Corey Seager does it again. It's Texas Rangers win the World Series. The Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Trophy presented by Chevrolet. Is there any doubt? Corey Seager.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you. Bases loaded. 8th inning. My goodness. Rangers looking for their first Grand Slam of the year? Kidding me? No Grand Slams. I guess I just hadn't really thought about it, but no Grand Slams this year. Would love to see it happen. Wyatt Langford up to bat right now. We're going to bring you the end of this one. Nunez on the mound right now. Wyatt 0 for 3 on the day. And he is going to swing through another one here. 0-2. Swolger, I'm with you on this one. It is, you look at the lineup, like I'm sure, I often laugh to myself, like if you showed our lineup to a casual, and I don't say that condescendingly, but just, somebody that has a favorite team, and, doesn't watch a whole lot of baseball, but at least has their favorite team, maybe knows the big names. I don't think a whole lot of people would know these guys up and down. I really don't. 1-2 count. Here's a pitch. And Wyatt looks like he laid off. Oh, man. Tell you what, it's been questionable today with the umpiring. Jonah Heim kind of got rung up on a pretty tough call himself. That was close, but it looked like Wyatt just barely hangs up there. 11 Ks for Rangers bats today. Whew. Not great, but at least you're up 7-0. Wyatt got a pitch right there where he should have hit a grand slam. That was right down the middle, man. That was right there. 100 miles an hour, but that was right there for a Grandy. Wyatt on the on the season, by the way, 250, 785 OPS, trying to add to that right now. Here's the pitch. And Wyatt swings and sends one deep. Not quite going to get there, but he's going to get the sacrifice fly here. It looked much better off the bat, man. I didn't mean to psych anybody out. It looked like that had a little more juice behind it. Didn't quite even make it to the wall or to the track, but he got the job done. Phew. I thought off the bat it looked good, man. It really did. It looked good off the bat. I hate to psych people out, but shoot. Felt like that one got in the air and just died. All right, 2 down. Rangers now up 8-0 on the day. We're going to bring you guys the rest of this one. Little live play-by-play color commentary. We will take your comments and questions along the way as well. Joc Pederson up to bat right now. Joc has been crazy good today. Got the party started with a 2-run bomb, a laser shot early on that put the Rangers up 2-0 early. Joc slowly trying to get that batting average back above 200, man. Little by little, he is trying his darndest to get there. 178 average on the season, 635 OPS. And Joc is going to pop one up here. Left fielder coming on. Makes the play. And we are headed to the bottom of the 8th. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Comment says, doing all this but couldn't do it to the Mariners. We had a lot of great games against the Mariners. Couldn't get it done. Mariners, by the way, won today, so really important that the Rangers got this win. You did not want to jump back to 3.5 down. You wanted to stay right there at 2.5. Believe the Royals lost. So if this result holds, the Rangers will be the second team in line. I mean, they'll be, I guess, the first team in line, however you want to think about it, for the wild card spot should Seattle falter. Rangers don't have any games left against Seattle. They do have some pretty big games coming up against Houston next weekend. Houston lost again today. Was that a sweep? Did they just get swept at home by the Angels? Yikes. Astros Nation, yikes. That's not good. That is not good. Was it a sweep? 3-0 loss today. We know they lost yesterday, 4-1. Friday was, let's see, they won on Friday. Okay, they won on Friday. Did they play Thursday? They played the Rockies on Thursday. So 2 out of 3. Angels take 2 out of 3 in Houston. There you go. Good stuff. Always a good day when the Rangers are looking good for a win and the Astros take an L. Always a great day. Astros also lost 4.5, and they play the Yankees next before we play each other. Hopefully the Yankees can beat up on the Astros a little bit. I think right now, it's tough. Obviously, the Yankees are ahead in the wild card by a significant margin with the hot streak that they have been on. They had won, I think, 6 or 7 in a row. And look, they are now, let's see, 76 and 61. 3 games up on the Mariners for the top wild card spot. So in turn, 5.5 games up on the Rangers. I'm going to have to say go Yankees in that one. Look, with the Astros ahead in the division where they're at, sure would be nice if this Silver Boot series could be for the division. I mean, obviously the Mariners result, it would have to be fortunate for us for that to happen, but wouldn't that be fun if this weekend series with the Astros turns into Rangers could possibly be on top of the division? I mean, it's not crazy. It could happen. It could happen. I mean, a lot would have to fall our way, but it's kind of wild that could happen. All right, we keep rolling. 4-game set. Astros, Yankees, 4-game set. So Astros got to play a full week of baseball. And that can work for or against you. Rangers, I believe, have Thursday off. Astros got a full week of baseball coming up. There you go. Angels playing spoiler. You love to see it. Bosley's on the mound right now. Crivello had a great game. I'm going to be putting out a reel later today. And it basically is what I talked about last night. Seattle's trash, Rangers treasure. Or Seattle's trash, Texas treasure. Crivello, by the way, was actually signed by the Mariners and then discarded. So Crivello is another Mariners guy. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. I didn't. Crivello was also signed by the Mariners at one point. It never worked out. I think Corniel is another guy on the 40-man that was once with the Mariners. Sean Armstrong once pitched for the Mariners. All these guys have been discarded by Seattle. You got Haggerty, of course. You got Dylan Moore, who had a home run last night. We all know about Rowdy Tellez. I mean, there are a ton of dudes on the Mariners that were discarded and now pitch or play for the Rangers. It's kind of wild. Kind of funny, too, especially if they help us beat out the Mariners for a playoff spot. Never going to let them live that down. Richie looks like it. Marcus, I'm with you on this. Somebody commented that on the other day. Like, it's funny how it's not working the other way around. The Rangers trash is, and look, we don't want to call Leote trash, but look, y'all get what I'm saying. The Rangers trash does not appear to be the Mariners treasure. By the way, Bosley just gets a strikeout, 92 up high, and was not able to be handled by McIver. And now you got Harris followed by Geloff. Bottom of the 8th, Rangers up 8-0, comfortably ahead. You'd love to see Bosley go ahead and close this one out. Base knock up the middle by Harris. Guess we're going to be getting a double play ball here. Guess we're going for the double play ball. Just want to let the defense work a little bit here. Bosley, man. What is Bosley's ERA sitting at right now? What is the ERA sitting at? Come on, where are we at? Let's go. 5.05. Whew. Maybe he can get it back under 5 today. We can get that sub-5 ERA back in the picture. Jacob deGrom was outstanding today, wasn't he? Look, he did not end up needing to go more than 5 innings because of the score. 100% the right decision. He was only at 79 pitches, was Jacob deGrom, but no need in a game where you're up 5-0 at that point. I think the bullpen definitely had some arms available. I'm okay with the decision. I think you could have probably stretched him to a 6th inning, but I'm okay with them pulling deGrom. No runs, 2 hits, 1 walk, 3 base runners in 5 innings, 6 Ks. Definitely looked like his dominant self today. And we talked about it on the show last night. deGrom, last Rangers win with deGrom on the mound came against the A's in Arlington. There you go. Boys are still rolling. Yes, sir. Still rolling. Rangers, man, that pretty wild. Back-to-back sweeps. That's a big deal. Back-to-back sweeps is a huge deal. Doesn't happen very often. Now, can you go to Arizona and keep it going? I don't think you have to win all 3 in Arizona, by the way. I know that maybe some people are going to have that expectation. I'm not going to. We talked about it. You definitely would love to see it, but if you could just sweep 1 of these series, win the other 2 out of 3, that's a win. You're not going to win every game from now until 162. You're just not. So can you get 2 out of 3? 3 out of 3 would be incredible because then it takes a little bit of pressure off of the Astros series. Like, don't get me wrong, you still got to win the Astros series. I think depends on the results ahead of you, but winning that Astros series is of peak importance. But you don't go into that feeling like, man, we got to win all 3. We got to sweep. You go into that series thinking, okay, 2 out of 3. And the way it's setting up right now, you're going to get deGrom in that Astros series. That's huge. Bosley getting into a little trouble here, by the way, as Geloff, the number 9 hitter for the Athletics, smokes one into left field. Just a base knock, just a single. But the Athletics are in business here. Not too worried, down 8-0, but you got first and second, 1 out. They're going to do a little mound visit right now. Rangers outscoring the A's in this series 22-5. Whew. Love it. Yeah, Swolger, I'm with you. Like, why are people complaining about that? None of y'all were doing that, right? Come on now. Don't be the guy that's complaining about deGrom only going 5. They were up 5-0. You're up 5-0. It's okay. It's really okay. You definitely have a couple of guys that you could extend out a little bit today that hadn't thrown in a while. You saw Curvelo go 2 innings. You're hoping that Bosley can get you through this one. I definitely do not think today is the day to whine about Jacob deGrom going out. Whew. All right. If they had not lost that Angels game on Monday, they would be on a 9-game win streak. Isn't that crazy? That is crazy. Rangers, it's fun right now, y'all. Look, it is so hard not to get your hopes up when they're doing stuff like this. And Ethan, you said it well. You got to keep it all in perspective here. Okay, this isn't against the top teams in baseball. That being said, you can only play who's in front of you. So I'm going to take the positive here, but I'm with you. I got to see what they do against the Stros. If they win 2 out of 3 against the Stros, I think you are firmly in it. 100%. Here's the pitch. 0-1 to Butler. Butler's 0 for 2 on the day. Bosley in a bit of a jam here, trying to get out of it. Tries to throw that cutter inside. Did not end up hitting the strike zone. 1-1 count. Whew. By the way, a little quieter than usual. I don't know if y'all noticed. Hopefully you didn't, but my voice is leaving me between yelling out there on the football field, doing Longhorns and Rangers podcast, man. My voice is failing me a little bit today. So bear with me. You see me sipping on the warm beverage. You know what's going on. By the way, bases loaded now. Bosley got a little unlucky there. You got Butler jammed, swinging at a pitch on the inside, but he muscles it over Duran's head. Totally jam shot there. Not really Bosley's fault. And now you got bases juiced. I'm probably still leaving Boz in there. But if this guy gets on, I'm getting somebody up. I don't think there's any reason with one out to get anybody up right now. You got 8 runs to work with here. Wilson up to bat. 2 for 3 on the day. First pitch below the zone. Yeah, McJay, I think they will if he doesn't get this guy up. They got Armstrong and Milner. It just sucks, right? I mean, you don't want to have to throw Armstrong or Milner today. Like, you don't. There's no reason you should have to throw Armstrong or Milner today. You're up 8-0. Boz, to me, and I don't like to throw this out there because these are real people, and this is their job, and this is the way they make a living, but I'm not understanding why Bosley is getting chances over other guys. He has not been good. Bosley has not been good, man. So I think that his days are numbered. They must really just not have anybody else. I know Cole Winn is injured. That's probably a big part of it. Another little muscle shot that's going to get down. Hellman not able to make the play. I'll tell you what, it's unfortunate. Both of those were very soft contact hits. But it is going to be, 8-2, 8-3. It's really too bad, man. You know, Bosley's not getting smoked out here. He's really not. That was an 85-mile-an-hour blooper, basically. The Butler hit was a blooper, a little Texas leaguer. It's really not Bosley losing battles out here, getting a little bit unlucky. That just clipped Hellman's glove, man. I think you do take him out now, Marcus. It's just unfortunate. Like, Bosley's not out here getting smoked. They're not hitting 110-mile-an-hour missiles off the bat. Literally, Texas leaguer by Butler. And you totally got Jacob Wilson jammed there. It just ends up finding green grass, barely. 86-mile-an-hour off the bat of Jacob Wilson. Dude got jammed. Muscled it out there. Little unlucky for Bosley is what I'm saying. That being said, look, you got to get outs in this game. You can only make so many excuses. Looks like they are going to be pulling him right now. Milner coming in the game. Bochy on his way right now. It's all good, y'all. Nobody panic. It is what it is. 8-3. Or 8-2, I'm sorry. 1 down. Lot of ways to go before the A's start making this one interesting. Bochy taking his sweet time. Love that Boch strut out to the mound, man. He just takes his sweet time getting out there. Bosley, you just got to make him think about it. Boz, man, you feel for him. He really did get a little bit unlucky there. He really did. Marcus, I'm with you, man. I mean, I'm trying to give him a little bit of credit. I'm with you. You still gave up 4 hits in a row. The last 2 were a little bit unlucky, 100%. Chris Martin coming back soon. That will be awesome. I will love to see Chris Martin back in the bullpen. Dan, I'm with you, though. Really did not want to have to use a high leverage guy here. Walker Buehler signed with the Phillies. Seth, I did see that. See what he does. Zach, I'm with you on Bosley. I think the only reason that he's up is because of the injuries. You have, obviously Cole Winn out right now. You have Chris Martin out right now. You do not need to have Bosley in the bullpen once those guys come back. Having Martin back would be huge. Bosley needs to stick to hair treatment. Redman, low blow. Low blow. How long Seager out? Probably till the end of September. Appreciate all y'all, by the way. Thank you so much for the comments. Keep them coming. It's a little hit or miss while the game's going on. I'm doing the same thing you guys are. One eye on the game, one eye on the screen. So Bear with me if I miss it. We're not ducking any comments, just probably an honest mistake. So feel free to repost, repaste if I miss a comment the first time around. Yeah, definitely Bosley's spot is getting taken in the pen when Martin comes back, when Wynn comes back. Although, I don't know, did they decide, is Cole Wynn done for the season? I don't know if they ever really officially decided on Cole Wynn or not. Let me see if I can figure it out real quick on the fly. Sean Armstrong in the game, by the way. Nerve irritation in the right hand. That's always tough. That's always tough. Wynn is not expected to be back until at least September 4th, though his return is anticipated before the season ends. All right. Take the Google AI response with a grain of salt, perhaps. First pitch from Armstrong. Slider right on the black on the outer half. Brent Rooker up to bat right now. Rooker 0 for 3. Grounded out his last time. Rook does have 27 bombs, 78 RBI. Pitch number 2 incoming. Ball 1, up and away. Sean Armstrong has been incredible. It's a tough spot for him. You're coming in with a guy on second, a guy on third, only one down. Tough spot to come in if you're a pitcher, but Armstrong has been money this season. Both really feels like coming in with clean innings, and also coming in with some traffic. One of the guys that I have grown to trust, I think, among all of our bullpen pieces, Armstrong, he's up there. I don't know who you trust a whole lot more than Armstrong. Maybe Hobie Milner. I mean, look, Maton and Coulomb obviously are really good, but I mean, these guys have been around all season. Milner, Armstrong, probably the two guys you trust the most in the pen. Little ground ball here. Smith is going to go to first base, so the A's will push across another run. It's 8-3, but soft contact there. It was still 94 off the bat. 95 is technically that barrier of hard hit, not hard hit. Either way, great pitch. Kind of sawed off Rooker a little bit. Routine ground ball to Josh Smith at short, and the A's have one more out left in the bottom of the 8th inning here. Soderstrom up to bat, 0 for 3. Soderstrom typically mashes, absolutely mashes against deGrom, and I guess he is going to save it for Armstrong. Armstrong gives up a laser double down the line to Soderstrom, and it is 8-4 A's. Runner on second base here. All those runs will be charged to Bosley. Actually, the fourth run will be charged to Armstrong. My bad on that one. All right. It's getting a little interesting. I don't love this. I was right the first time. I'm going crazy, y'all. It's been a long weekend. Those are all going to get charged to Bosley. Jacob Wilson was Bosley's guy. Hobie Milner still out there. Cortez up to bat right now. Appreciate all y'all hanging out. How about them Shorthorns? Yeah, Smasher Bill. Wasn't meant to be. Armstrong going to give up another gapper here, and it's going to be 8-5 A's. Not good, man. What are we doing, guys? Guys, what are we doing? I get it. Pitch to contact. You got the lead. What are we doing here? It's my fault. It's totally my fault. I jinxed Armstrong so bad. So bad. Should have knocked on wood. I got to take the L on this one, guys. It's all my fault. I talked up Armstrong way too much. And I didn't knock on wood, didn't do anything of that nature. I'm taking it, y'all. I'm taking one for the team. Outside, Black, Armstrong paints it. 2 down, man. You just need an out. Can we just get an out? 1 out. Not asking for too much here. Drew, appreciate the follow. 0-1, here's the pitch. Outside, slider. Did not catch enough of the zone. Thomas lays off. 1-1 count. Can we fire Caleb? I think that is coming, McJ. I think that's coming right now. Strike 2, and the A's are down to their final strike in the inning. Ray, I'm with you. It's like we had plenty of insurance. Now it feels like you need like 1 or 2 more runs. They do say this is kind of the thing with this ballpark, though, right? It's kind of the thing with this ballpark. You can score a lot of runs real quickly. No lead is safe. It's like the West Coast Coors playing at this minor league park. It really is. They keep showing Boch. I'm not obviously listening to the broadcast. Can't imagine he's loving this. I mean, look, you're not playing the Astros next, and you got an off day on Thursday, but you really didn't want to have to use all these big arms in an 8-0 lead, man. Ground ball to short. Smith flips it over, and this inning finally comes to an end. Jeez. 5 runs later, Armstrong gets out of it. Whew. All right, let's go get some back in the top of the 9th, guys. Poncho, thank you so much. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, look, we are going to be firing up Cowboys content like crazy here pretty quick. And look, I want to make sure all of my guys who are here for Rangers, y'all know we are going to be doing Rangers stuff until the bitter end. So I don't want anybody thinking you start seeing some football content. He must be giving up. He must be going to Cowboys and leaving the Rangers on the curb. No, sir. We'll just be working a little bit harder this next month. And I love it. September, October, great time to be a sports fan. Outstanding time to be a sports fan. So, no, you will see some football content from me, Longhorns, Cowboys, a couple of videos. I will have a Rangers reel out later tonight. Would love if you would check that out. I know some of y'all have the notifications turned on. Like the video, drop a comment. Appreciate it. Share it with somebody you know is a diehard. But we've got a Rangers reel in tow right now. So it's going to be a busy month of September and hopefully into October as well, right? My Rangers fans, that's the idea. Let's have a busy month of October, too, with playoff baseball, Cowboys, Longhorns, all in full effect. Yeah, look, for the Micah Parsons trade, I know some of y'all have heard me talk about this a number of times. I'll keep it short. Some people get it twisted. Like, if you think that the trade was all right or you're not trying to burn it down and thinking that it was the worst trade ever for the Cowboys, they assume you think Micah Parsons is terrible or not good. I think Micah Parsons is a top 5 defensive player in football. But do I want to pay Micah Parsons almost $50 million a year for a guy that really hasn't performed in big games in the regular season and in the playoffs? No, I don't. I don't want to pay quarterback money for a guy that, quite frankly, I think you can replace. I think that you can go find a guy, maybe not right at Micah Parsons level, but I think you can find another high-quality edge rusher. It's hard to find quarterbacks. You're paying quarterbacks $50 million a year. Personally, I'm okay letting Parsons go. I did not want to pay him $50 million. That's almost a fifth of the cap right there. You're already paying Dak. You're already paying CD. You get to go sign DaRon Bland to a little extension. I like DaRon Bland a lot. So I'm actually feeling okay with where the Cowboys are at right now. And now my second favorite team is whoever is playing the Packers. Am I right? Whoever's playing the Packers week to week, that's my second favorite team this season. Because the worse the Packers are, the better draft picks we get next year. My prediction on the D-back series, I think we win 2 out of 3. I think it's going to be really hard to win 9 in a row. And I'm assuming, I'm going to knock on wood right now. I'm knocking on wood. This game ain't over. Dolly's going to serve one into right field. This dude has like so many oppo hits today. It is like, not today, but this series, it's wild. I think this is oppo hit number 5 for Adolis. Crazy. Yeah, Mick J, thank you. I'd like to think that I led the charge a little bit on this. Like, when the Micah Parsons news first dropped, it was all negative towards Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. I mean, look, when the Chiefs traded Tyreek Hill in his prime, they didn't get 2 first-rounders. We all get that, right? Tyreek Hill, at his peak, best receiver in the game. The Chiefs didn't even get 2 first-rounders for Tyreek Hill. They got like a first round and a second round. And then they got a bunch of other like late round picks. That's what people don't understand. Like getting 2 first-round picks is huge. This isn't the NBA where you get 4 or 5 first-round picks for Rudy Gobert. This isn't how this works. So for everybody saying like they didn't get enough, I don't know. Not even Tyreek Hill got 2 first-round picks. And I'm sorry, I'd rather have 2 first-round picks than a first, a second, a fourth, and a fifth, or whatever it was. Rowdy Tellez is going to sky one here, and that's going to be out number 1. Rowdy now 0 for 5 on the day. Not his best day. Josh Young up next, 1 for 4. Doley on first base. Rangers looking to add 1 more. Can we get to 4 runs? Can we get to a 4-run lead, please? What's the score? It is 8-5. Rangers are up. Big text, like, yeah, I know some people are saying, like, you should have gotten a second round. 2 firsts and a second. 2 firsts and a third. Maybe. But you guys who have been listening to me for a long time, can you find gold in the 3rd round? Absolutely. You can definitely find gold in the 3rd round. But I'm okay with what they got. I'm okay with Kenny Clark in 2 firsts. And I think the biggest win, not spending a fifth, nearly 20% of your salary cap on a defensive player. Doley running to second base. It's going to be close. We got some Little League stuff going on right now. The A's pitcher, bad throw over to first base on the pickoff. Doley goes to second, bad throw to second. Fortunately, that left fielder for the A's was backing up. Otherwise, Doley was about to have himself a nice Little League homer. Kind of an appropriate line for Josh Young. Dan, appreciate you bringing this up. So Young does have a home run today, but he struck out 3 times. It's kind of a quintessential Josh Young line, if you ask me. Now, I know he's had some 3-hit games, and he's going to send one pretty deep here. Butler going back. That one bounces against the wall. There's the insurance run. Doley's going to score. Josh Young into second base, and the Rangers get one back here. It is 9-5. Josh Young continues his hot hitting. That is now 8 hits in 3 games for Josh Young. 8 hits in 3 games. Have a day, sir. Have a day. Good for him. Brian, I just hope that this is here to stay for more than 10 games. We know when Youngster came up, whenever that was at the beginning of August, he was on fire after getting recalled from AAA. And then, just totally went ice cold. And then they started benching him. Now he's getting back into the lineup. And you just hope this can stick. Can we get 1 month of this from you, Josh Young? Josh Young, can we get 1 month of this? I don't need you to get 3 hits every single night. Can you give me 1 month of just good hitting? Please. Beautiful backdoor slider, by the way, from Ferguson here. Freezes Jonah Heim. Heim 0 for 3. He did definitely get robbed on a check swing call earlier in the game. So he should be 0 for 2 with the walk at this point. Let's see if Jonah can get across one more, make it 10-5, get us to double digits in this one. Brian, 100%, right? You just want to see. Again, can I get a month of Josh Young hitting 275? I don't even need 300. Can I just get a month of Josh Young hitting 275? Please. Next 2 drafts have generational talent at defensive. Cowboys will end up with 2 of them. Brody, that's what I'm seeing and hearing as well. And clearly it depends on what happens with the Packers season, right? Like I said, my second favorite team besides the Cowboys this year, whoever is playing the Packers. Whoever it is. 100%. How many outs does Young give us at third, though? Yeah, Young absolutely has got the glove down there. And when the bat is working, it's a thing of beauty. You'd love for Josh Young to figure it out. Like, please, figure it out, dude. I mean, look, I like Cody Freeman. I like some of the other options. I would love to see Josh Young figure it out. Jonah Heim, by the way, sends one. Looked like a lot better off the bat than what it was. Josh Young heading to third. Sack fly for Jonah Heim. At least he gets the runner over. So Josh Young at third base, 2 out, 9-5 Rangers. Zeke Duran up. He'll have one more chance to make it a 10-5 ball game. Rangers 9+ runs in 5 of their last 14 games. Good to see that from this offense, man. Great to see that. Keep rolling. What are my thoughts on the Rangers' schedule the rest of the way? Easton, what's good, man? I think that the Rangers definitely have some matchups that are going to challenge them. You look at the schedule. I don't think it's anything, by the way, that they can't handle. But you got some good teams coming up on the schedule, no doubt. Clearly, I don't consider the Diamondbacks to be a part of that gauntlet. I know the Diamondbacks have played well over the last little bit. But let's go through. Astros, Brewers. Astros, Brewers, probably about as tough as it gets. Then you play Mets. Zeke Duran, by the way, going to fly out, probably end the inning. Little miscommunication. Okay, no, left fielder's there. So Rangers get one back. It's 9-5. Let's see if they can close it out. Like I was saying, Mets after the Brewers. You got Diamondbacks, Stros, Brewers, Mets. Then you play the Astros in Houston. By the way, Astros and Brewers series both at home. Mets, Astros on the road. Then you have Marlins, Twins at home. Not too worried about either one of those series. And then you have Guardians on the road to close out the MLB season. Guardians on the road could be interesting depending on where the Guardians are at in the win-loss column. That could be a really interesting series, that final one against the Guardians in Cleveland. Really, let me just say this. The only series that really worry me, and let me explain, because maybe some of y'all are going to be like, what? The Astros series and the Brewers series. Those are the only ones I really look at, and I'm like, it could go either way. The Astros, just because it's a rivalry game, do the Astros worry me legitimately? Like, do I think we can't beat the Astros? Absolutely not. But do crazy things sometimes happen in rivalry games? Absolutely. So I actually think the Brewers are probably the only team that I see legitimately, hey, depending on who we have pitching, that could be one where we drop 2 out of 3. Again, depending on who we have pitching. Every other team, I think we can win 2 out of 3 against. The rest of the way. I think both Astros series, you can win 2 out of 3. The Mets series, you can win 2 out of 3. Marlins, 2 out of 3. Twins, 2 out of 3. Guardians, 2 out of 3. And I do think at this point, winning 2 out of 3 the rest of the way probably does get you in. That 8th inning was wild. 5-run 8th. Come on, bullpen. Are we kidding? Now we can get Tyler Smith and George Pickens locked up. It does leave more room. When you don't sign Micah Parsons to a $50 million a year contract, it does leave more room to do that. I know technically the Cowboys only offered like $40 million, but with the Packers giving him $47, we're rounding up. We're rounding up. Brad, good to see you, man. Thanks so much for hanging out. It's been a little while, my guy. Good to see you. Thank you for supporting the show as always. By the way, right now, Maton in the ball game. Maton just delivered pitch 1, ball 1. You got McIver. You got 7, 8, 9 coming up right now. So hopefully you can take care of business here at the bottom of the order. Pitch number 2. Swing and a miss. Maton, top in the league in extension. He does not throw the ball crazy hard. Like, you might be looking at the radar gun like, why is this dude so special? It's the extension, man. He gets a lot of extension off of that mound. So he delivers the ball a lot closer than what about 97% of the league can do. So that 90-mile-an-hour fastball actually looks like it's coming at you a lot harder because of the extension Phil Maton gets when he delivers the ball off the mound. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. Do it again. Maton, by the way, on the year, we're looking at an ERA of 2.92, just south of 3. That was a lot lower, but Maton got hit around a little bit here and there. over the last couple of weeks, really. And that ERA, I believe, was over 3 as of a couple of games ago, but he's since lowered it. Another foul ball here by McIver, and it's going to be pitch number 6 incoming. Let's keep going. Yeah, look, the run differential in this series is wild. Absolutely. Ball 2, 2-2 count. Curveball, tried to go front door, didn't quite work out. Yeah, Matt, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's deceptive. Like, this guy does not throw hard. You look at the radar gun and you're like, why is this dude good? It's because he gets so much freaking extension off the mound. That stride, when he delivers, is so lengthy that 92 looks like it's coming in at you at 97, 98. That was just a filthy off-speed pitch that the bottom totally fell out of. And Phil Maton's got out number 1, man. That was a beautiful pitch coming back with that curveball right below the zone. Beautiful. Blade up to bat right now. 206 average on the year. First at bat of the day for him. He's going to wave at strike number 1. Nice pitch on the outer half by Maton. Let's finish this one out, y'all. Come on. 9-5 Rangers right now. Bottom of the 9th inning, by the way. Hey, greetings from Buenos Aires. That is awesome, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Feels like it's been a second, but thanks for coming back. You got to be excited with NFL kicking off. NFL, it's crazy. NFL is already starting up, man. It's wild. It's going to be a fun month of September. Real fun month of September here. Here's the pitch. 0-2. Curveball right down the middle. Fouled off. Blade was a little bit ahead of it. Hits it on the ground. We'll do it again. By the way, Cowboys this Thursday, man. We are going to be live this Thursday after the Cowboys game. Fortunately, the Rangers are off on Thursday. Doesn't that work out beautiful, Rangers fans? I know not all of y'all are Cowboys fans too, but I'm glad that there's not a game on Thursday. I can totally lock in on Cowboys. Don't have to double up. It's going to be great. So no Rangers game on Thursday. We will do a Thursday live for the Cowboys. So mark it on the calendar. Would love to have you hang out. We'll do fourth quarter and post-game analysis. Live pretty much after every Cowboys game and Longhorns game this season. We also go live pretty much after every Rangers game. So if you're hanging out, this is your first time ever watching, that's the drill. Hit that follow button so you get those notifications coming in whenever we go live. But, you know, kind of like what everybody else does, just hop on TikTok, hop on YouTube, X, and just look for us right after the game's over or right around the 8th or 9th inning. We'll probably be here hanging out. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the support. Michael, thanks for sharing the live. Really appreciate that. If you haven't liked the live yet and you're on TikTok, give a couple double taps. Like that live for us. Let's get this out to a few more people. And then, hey, if you're on YouTube, I know it might not seem like a big deal. If you haven't hit that like button, would really, really appreciate it. Y'all have already dropped a bunch of comments. That probably should have been strike 3, man. This umpire has had a dandy of a day. And obviously, I'm putting it nicely. 3-2 count. And that should be... Oh, my goodness. What are we doing? Phil Maton just struck this guy out 2 times. 3 times. My goodness. This umpire is on one right now, man. Y'all don't hear me complain about the umpires all the time. Philly, baby, keep the composure, right? That's the last thing you want. Just keep the composure here. Now what's happening? We got a violation, a pitch clock violation. Is this just the ump show now? What's going on, y'all? I don't have sound. Come on now. Dude, 2 calls in a row, you freaking blew. This is why I'm excited for ABS Challenge. And look, I don't really need full robo umps. In my moments of frustration, I want the full robo. Just give me ABS Challenge. Like, this game would at least be at 2 outs by right now on the first pitch. On the first one, he messed up. We keep rolling. Here's a pitch. Painted, and once again does not get the call. Let's see. Turdy Stomper, that's what you hope. I mean, but like we like to say on the show, you speak things out loud. It doesn't make them true, my guy. I seriously doubt the Cowboys lose by 40. Cowboys are going to have their hands full on Thursday night. I'm definitely not sitting around championing a humongous victory for Dallas in Philadelphia on Thursday night to open up the season. I do think they'll probably surprise some people and play better than what is expected. By the way, strike two here. Geloff up to bat. 2-2 count for Phil Maton. Boch needs to go argue with the ump. I think it's getting close, man. If we get another bogus call here, I do think you will absolutely see Bochy start lighting it up. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. Tried to get him on the curveball at the bottom of the zone. Geloff a little bit ahead of it. Grounds it to the left of third base. Appreciate all the comments. Do I think Hellman's going to be able to stay consistent? Easton, I hope so. The comp Easton was making on TikTok was, is Hellman going to be, kind of that fire starter like Carter was for us in 23? By the way, Maton goes upper deck here, strikes out Geloff on the high cheddar, and we have 2 down. It's unfortunate, too. Like, these are things like you don't think about in the moment, but, Phil Maton's having to throw more pitches than what he really should at this point. And you do have an off day on Thursday, but when you are at this point in the season, when you have to win at a very high rate, you do not want your relievers throwing extra pitches. Phil Maton, pitch number 22 just delivered. He's going to be up around 30 pitches maybe by the end of this one. Come on. Yeah, Ninja, that was the one, right? Bochy was hot on the Jonah Heim terrible check swing call. Surprised he didn't come out and argue that one. Ball 2, kind of the same spot. And the A's are going to take second base. Defensive indifference here. Take away the force out. 2-0 count coming up to Butler. Should be game over. JN, they are going to send Bosley down for sure when Wynn or when Malley comes back healthy. Strike 1. Right at the knees. Right over the heart of the plate. Butler takes it. 9-5 Rangers. 2 outs. 2-1 count. A's do have a runner on second base right now. Blade is the runner out there. Here's the pitch. Outer half. Doesn't quite catch the zone. 3-1. Maton is going to get up over 30 at this rate, man. Jeez. Mason, appreciate the kind words. Thank you, sir. Swolger, I'm with you. Never should have been this close. It's really unfortunate we had to use all these guys. And Butler's going to rope one into center field. A's are going to make this a 9-6 ball game. And you have got now, looks like the runner made it into second. Butler did make it into second base. They didn't show it. Bad camera work right there, but Butler does make it into second base. Hustling all the way out of the box. 110 off the bat. And it is a 3-run ball game. Yeah, something about Maton with 2 outs, man. Something about it. They're going to do a little mound visit right now. Teflon, what's good? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Been a second. When's the last time you've been here? Feels like it's been a second, man. Thank you for supporting the show, as always, brother. Yeah, Phil Maton, look, he's having to throw more pitches. This is the stuff I'm talking about. I know some of y'all are getting on Maton right now. He shouldn't have had to throw this many pitches. Like, he's gotten some really bad calls, and it's forced him to have to throw more pitches than what he should have been. He's up around 26 pitches right now. Now you got to get Hobie Milner warming up again. They're showing Hobie warming up. It's just unfortunate. Just didn't need to do this, man. Come on. Shane, what's good? Thanks for hanging out. Big Tex, ump is absolutely squeezing him. So, look, yes, he gave up a rope there to Butler. There's another one. There's another one. Y'all who are watching on YouTube, look at game day. There's another one. It's right there. What are we talking about? I told y'all I'm starting to lose my voice. I coach football. We're yelling out at football practice. I'm doing multiple lives yesterday. I'm losing my voice a little bit. So if I'm talking a little bit quieter or different than I normally do, you know why. But this is ridiculous. It's about to make me totally lose my voice. This umpire is driving me insane. Call the game correctly, dude. Let's go. Ground ball. That should do it. Finally, Rowdy steps on it. Hello, win column. Cue the I Like Texas music. Somebody break the boombox out in Sacramento. Cue the I Like Texas music. Rangers get their 6th win in a row and have won 8 out of their last 9 ball games. Thing of beauty. Never a doubt with Phil Maton out there. Never a doubt. Sweep is complete. Brian, yes, sir. Mason, let's go. You love to see it. Love to see it. Big Tex, that ump was freaking ridiculous, man. Freaking ridiculous. I cannot wait until ABS challenge system. Some of these terrible calls, and they just put the umps in their place. I've been telling y'all, it boggles my mind. How do you not even have the umps getting feedback in between innings? Like, bro, you keep calling inside pitches to righties, balls that are clear strikes. How do umps not be able to make adjustments in game? Like, hitters get the technology in the dugout, and umps should be able to go back to a tablet in between innings when they're not doing anything anyways and see how they're doing balls and strike wise. It wouldn't be that hard. But I'm so glad that ABS challenge is coming. Like, Swolger, I've gone back and forth on full robo, but I'm sorry. ABS challenge at minimum, and give more challenges than what they set up for the All-Star game. I'd like to see every hitter get 3 challenges a game. Every hitter gets 3 challenges a game, and if you get it right, you keep your challenge. If you get it wrong, you lose it. You get 3 challenges a game, and you get to keep it as many as you can get right. I would love to see something like that. Don't give me the, each team gets 1 per inning or whatever it was in the All-Star game. I don't know what it was, y'all. But I do not want to see anything light. I want to see 3 challenges every hitter, and you get to use them until you're wrong 3 times. Seriously. Big Tex, I think it is. It is a little bit of arrogance. 2 per inning per batter, Marcus? Is that what you're saying? Or 2 per team per inning? Clarify that a little bit, buddy. I think every hitter needs at least 3 per game. And again, if you get it right, you get to keep it. Until you're wrong 3 times, you get a challenge. That's what I would do. And look, the pitcher can get a couple every inning or 3 every inning, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take that long. It takes literally 5 to 7 seconds to get a call on a ball strike. Rangers beat the umpires today. Yeah. Rangers beat the umps. Don't you love it when you're playing 2 teams on a given day in this sport? You're not only playing the team across the dugout from you, but you're also playing the 4 guys on the field who are calling balls and strikes and outs and safe. Teflon, he's taking the ball the other way. He's using all parts of the field. The comment was, what's gotten into Adolis? Bro's actually using all fields. He's hitting it to right field, man. He's hitting it to center. He's hitting it to left. He's using all fields right now. It's huge. Kumar Rocker, I don't know. Has Kumar started since August 7th? That was the last time we checked up on Kumar. I don't know if he has pitched since August 7th or not. That was the last date. Let's see. Game log. Come on, baby. Stupid computer. Load up. Let's go. Game log. He has not pitched since August 7th. He pitched in Round Rock. He gave up 5 earned runs in 5 2/3. And he has not pitched again since then. So they must be doing something developmental with him. For him to be out since August 7th, little concerning. Marcus, 100% the best players today were the umps. 100%. By the way, tomorrow, Patrick Corbin versus Ryan Nelson. Rangers have had I feel like a little bit of trouble with Ryan Nelson. We're going to preview that matchup, but Patrick Corbin, fresh off of 8 shutout innings earlier this week, you would love to see him come out and continue that. And a little bit of a juicy matchup for him, pitching against his former team, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Of course, Patrick Corbin spent most of his career with Arizona and Washington before coming to the good old state of Texas. But hopefully he can keep it rolling from how he was throwing last time out. 8 shutout innings. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Rangers are now 26-1 when they score 7 or more runs. Like it, Gio. Like it. Yeah, I kind of wonder this as well, man. Thanks for the comment. Good to see you. Love you, man. I wonder if it was just him being more disciplined, maybe during that time on the IL, somebody got to him. But all I know is when Adolis takes the ball to right, to center, to left, when he uses all fields, he stays balanced up there, not trying to hit an 8-run homer every time he's up. It goes so much better for him. So much better. Tommy, yeah, Corey Seager going to be out probably until the end of the regular season. They're saying, maybe he can make it back for the last weeks of September, but unfortunate news for sure. Daniel, what's good? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Hang on one sec, TikTok. Let me verify here. Perfect. Honestly, would rather have Rocker in the bullpen over Bosley. I think a lot of us would. I think a lot of us would rather see Rocker than Bosley, but like we said, clearly they're doing something with Rocker. Rocker has not thrown in a game since August 7th, 24 days. So either there's something hurt or there is something mechanical that they're tweaking right now. Yeah, Marte for 3 games. Ketel Marte, Rangers heartbreaker, man. I don't even want to think about the Diamondback series in Arlington. Ugh. Yeah, John, I'm with you. Bosley, I think you can kind of point to him. Just not a guy that you can really count on, even in mop-up duty. I don't think he's going to have a job with the big league club for very much longer. Appreciate all y'all hanging. Real quick, before we preview the game, the game for tomorrow, we're going to go through the box score and just put this one to bed. Rangers win this one 9-6 on 9 hits, no errors. A's 6 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. They kicked the ball around a little bit today. Rangers took advantage. Great to see Josh Smith having a good day. I know I've been hard on Josh Smith, but today reached base all 5 times, 2 hits, 2 for 2, 3 walks. That's the kind of stat line we need to see more from this guy. Hope it's not just a flash in the pan, man. I hope this is something a little bit long-lasting. But Josh Smith, look, he had a double, he had a single, both pretty hard hit. And then you drop 3 walks as well and an RBI. Great day for Smitty. Absolutely a solid day for him. Wyatt Langford, 0 for 3, did drive in 2 runs, did have a walk as well. Joc Pederson, 2-run bomb that got the party started early on in this one in the first inning. He ended up 2 for 5 on the day, averaged now at 177, 633 OPS. It's crazy, for how bad Joc Pederson's been. He does not have the worst OPS on the team. Is that Jonah Heim? Actually, right now, it's technically Ezekiel Duran, although Zeke has been having a better run at late. Doley, 2 for 5. He had an RBI as well. Just hitting it to right field all series long. You love to see it. Rowdy, probably one of his worst days as a Ranger, going 0 for 5 today. 3 Ks for him as well. Not Rowdy's best day at the dish. Josh Young goes multi-hit. Did we get 4 multi-hit games in a row? Stank Master, let's go. Thanks for the comment. I was going to say 3 in a row, but look, I know over his last 3 games, Josh Young, 8 hits. If we can get Josh Young and Joc Pederson back on track, hello. Jonah Heim, 0 for 4. He did have a walk today, did score a run, but Jonah is just not a guy I look forward to stepping up at the dish. Look, Jonah's at the point where he's hitting ground balls and pouting about it before he runs to first base, man. Have any of y'all noticed that? Dude hits a ground ball and like immediately starts pouting, then runs. It's like, dude, stop pouting, run to first base. Don't sit there and, cock the head back for a second and then run. Run immediately when you hit the ball. Stop pouting about it every single time. Dude is 217 over his last 7 games, 209 average over his last 30. Has a, 603 OPS over his last 30 games. Jonah Heim, I think, somebody asked on TikTok earlier, a long time ago, do I think Heim is going to get traded? I think he might get non-tendered. I don't even know if there's going to be an interested party in Jonah Heim. Keep on rolling. Let's see. We also had Ezekiel Duran, 1 for 5, 1 strikeout. Mike Hellman, 0 for 2. Look, Bochy, I thought was going to play Osuna today. I really thought Bochy was probably going to play Osuna. Wasn't meant to be. Hellman, just too hot of a bat, Boch said. Boch said Hellman's too hot right now. Got to keep him in the lineup. He did have 2 walks, scored 2 runs. So, look, Hellman causing some chaos from the bottom of the order. You love it. You love to see it. And then pitching-wise, we've talked about Bosley. That didn't go great. Curvelo was outstanding. Curvelo, 2 innings pitched, no base runners, 2 Ks. ERA now down below 5. Curvelo had a couple of games where he kind of got hung out to dry. I know that ERA is a little deceptive. I actually think Curvelo's been really, really good for Texas. Bosley, an inning of a third of an inning, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, and a strikeout. His ERA is now up to 5.93. I cannot imagine he's going to be seeing the mound a whole lot more for the Texas Rangers. Armstrong was not himself today. ERA now at 2.55, 2 hits surrendered, 1 earned run. Phil Maton, 1 earned run as well. Did get 2 Ks, did walk a guy. Rangers had to limp across the finish line in this one, but they got the job done. They got the job done. Look, Joc Pederson being back is huge. Zane, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. We keep going. Who's my favorite all-time Ranger? Probably Josh Hamilton. If you're just asking who's my favorite, not like who's the best, who's the greatest Ranger of all time, who's my favorite, it's probably got to be Josh Hamilton. When I was growing up, I probably was high school during his peak, maybe getting into college. Actually, it would have been getting into college during his peak. I mean, it was just so fun to watch him play. So for me, I'm just so excited whenever I see Josh Hamilton highlights come across my YouTube or whatever I'm scrolling. I'll watch him every time, man. Hambone was legendary. He really was. And I was happy to see the Rangers honor him earlier in the season, but that probably is my favorite of all time. Thoughts on the Diamondback series? We're going to get into it in just a second, Zane, so hang tight, buddy. Let me get caught up on YouTube stuff. Joc has been on a bit of a revenge tour. You're right on that. Probably Rangers, Tommy. Rangers probably are ahead of the Cowboys a little bit. That being said, I would consider myself a diehard of each team. Longhorns as well, but I think if I had to rank it, it goes Rangers, Cowboys, Longhorns, Mavericks, in that order. I love all those teams. It's hard for me to choose, but baseball is probably the first love. And then after that, football immediately, and I mean immediately follows. So yeah, Rangers and then Cowboys for sure. A lot of Cowboys content going to be coming out here pretty quick, especially with the game firing up on Thursday to open the season. What did I miss here? Good friends with Josh Hamilton. That's awesome. He seems pretty down to earth. I know that there's a lot of slanderous stuff that gets thrown out there about Hambone, his personal life, stuff with his family, all that. Look, you guys have heard me say, I am not in the business of making this channel or making the game of baseball into a morality pageant. I think everybody's imperfect. Everybody has messed up in their life. I mean, we could be here a long time if we're trying to judge players off of how good of a person they've been and how good of a baseball player they've been. For Hambone, obviously he's got his demons. He's got his mistakes that he's made. Moving on. I can't go back and change the past. I think he's doing all right with his life, at least appears to be right now. I'm going to go ahead and honor the stuff he did on the field and choose to not be the judge of his personal life. Look, Teflon, that's why favorite Ranger of all time is fun. It doesn't have to be best Ranger of all time. Just who did you enjoy watching the most, or who did you like following the most? It's awesome. Julio Franco, great choice. Great choice. Love that. All right, special thank you to all of my paid subscribers on TikTok, paid members on YouTube. Appreciate all you guys. And look, there's a lot of ways to support the channel. That is one of them, but everybody that's followed today, dropped a comment, shared the live. Look, you guys are awesome. Everybody that's been watching since we fired up the live about an hour and 5 minutes ago, you're the real ones. Thank you for hanging out with us post-game. We know there's so many options, and I appreciate you guys choosing Right On Rangers for your Rangers content. It's awesome. Very humbling. And look, if you want to take your support to the next level, that paid membership, paid subscription through either TikTok or YouTube is there for you. It all goes to help support me and the content that I produce here at Right On Rangers as we continue to grow this into a bigger and bigger voice in the world of Texas sports, both Dallas Cowboys, Texas Rangers, Texas Longhorns, you name it. And so look, if you are interested in that, bottom left corner of your screen, you hit that subscribe button real small next to the chat. $2.99 a month gets you exclusive access into our Right On Rangers Discord, which has been phenomenal over the past few months since I fired it up. And if you're on YouTube or if you're on X, I'm going to drop the link for you guys in the comments section. Copy and paste that into a browser of your choice. Appreciate you considering. And again, if it's not for you, there's so many different ways that you can support the channel. Here'd be the next best thing. After the show's over, go to my most recent videos, watch them, give them a like, drop a comment. I would really appreciate it. All right, let's go to the game for tomorrow. Diamondback series. We had a lot of heartbreak in the last Diamondback series. That's all I'm saying. A lot of heartbreak in that last D-back series. I'm ready to avenge some of those losses, man, for real. So we have tomorrow, Patrick Corbin, Ryan Nelson facing off. Labor Day. And game time tomorrow looks like we are going to have first pitch. We are the latest game. It is going to be a 6:10 first pitch. Latest game tomorrow. All right, then. So Ryan Nelson, Corbin, and Corbin last time out, 8 scoreless innings. He did phenomenally. And that was, of course, against the Angels. 3 hits allowed, 1 walk, 8 Ks. Corbs was dominant. And he last time, I don't know if he got a chance. My mind is going on me right now. Let me go to the game log. It does not look like he faced the Diamondbacks last time out. Looks like he missed them in the rotation. But Corbin, over his last couple of games, has been up and down. He had the game against Kansas City, 3 2/3, 4 earned runs. The game against Toronto, 2 1/3, 7 earned runs. And then a gem of a game on August 26th. So hopefully we can get the Corbin that we saw against the Angels, man. Hopefully that can be the case. Now, against the Diamondbacks, Alexander 0 for 2. Corbin Carroll 3 for 8 against Patrick Corbin, Rangers probable starter for Labor Day game tomorrow. Gurriel 3 for 6. Marte, man, these numbers are not fun to read out loud. Marte 467 average with 2 bombs against Patrick Corbin in 15 career at-bats. McCann, the catcher, 313 average in 16 ABs. McCarthy 1 for 8. That's better. Moreno, the catcher, 2 for 6 with 4 RBI. Perdomo 3 for 6. Now, to be fair, Patrick Corbin did not have good numbers against the Diamondbacks and then threw up a bunch of zeros all game long. So we're going to have to hope that happens again because the Diamondbacks have hit him awful well. Now, Nelson against the Rangers. Zeke Duran, 1 for 2 in his career against Diamondbacks probable starter Ryan Nelson. Adolis Garcia, 0 for 3. Jonah Heim, 1 for 4. Kyle Higashioka, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Josh Young, 1 for 2. Wyatt Langford, 2 for 6 with a homer. Joc Pederson, 1 for 10 with the homer. Be a little bit of a homecoming for Joc, who played for the Diamondbacks for multiple seasons. Josh Smith, 2 for 6. Rowdy Tellez, 1 for 8. So look, going into it, the pitching matchup would appear to slightly favor the Diamondbacks. But I like the momentum that Texas is coming into this game with. Really like the momentum. And I hope that that offense can continue to swing a hot bat, figuratively speaking. I really would love to see the Rangers go 9 straight. I'm not going to get my hopes up crazy. I hope they can just win 2 out of 3 in Arizona. It's never easy to do 3 straight sweeps, but you would absolutely love to see it. Joc, red hot. Would be fun if he went back to Arizona and lit it up. It really would be. 100%. All right, y'all. Let's see. What do we got? Next game versus Houston. Oh, after the Diamondbacks. Yeah, they got to take 2 out of 3 there. 100%. Chat, are we back? I'm saying yeah. I'm saying yes. We're firmly in the race right now. Jim Sundberg, favorite Ranger, Tom? That's a good choice. I got a real cool Jim Sundberg bobblehead that I love. I don't have it out here. It's inside just so it can stay nice, but love Jim Sundberg. I'm a big Rangers history guy. I don't profess to know it all, but I love learning about it. I love getting to watch old highlights, old footage. You guys, I think, know me. I'm definitely like late 90s and on. I'm good for remembering quite a bit, but before then, it's a little hazy. I love making the Right on Rangers, This Day in Rangers history reels that we put out. It's a lot of fun, especially when it's a player or a game or a season that I'm not super familiar with. It's a great time. Appreciate all you guys. We are going to start closing things out. Dan, deGrom going to pitch in that Houston series. Yup. And does Merrill Kelly line up for that too? I think so. I think the Rangers did well. They lined it up. So I think you've got Merrill Kelly on Friday. And then you've got deGrom on Saturday. Yes, please. Merrill Kelly Friday, deGrom Saturday. I think that would only make sense because Kelly pitched yesterday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday would be 4 days rest. So you have Thursday day off. So you should get Merrill Kelly Friday night, deGrom Saturday night in the Houston series. That's huge. And then you get Patrick Corbin on Sunday. So you hope that you can get Friday night, Saturday night with your 2 best pitchers on the mound. And you go from there. Ray, this is just the side gig, man. We dropped bombs during the day. Took care of business against the Guardians, unfortunately, for all the Rangers fans out there. But then we do a little moonlighting. Rangers podcasting. Can you blame me? I mean, look, best team to follow in baseball, man. But yes, any show would not be complete without the Cal Raleigh comp. Wouldn't be complete. Ray, appreciate the comment, man. Thanks so much. Cameron, I'm with you, man. Don't do this to me, Rangers. Don't get my hopes up, make me believe, and then it all comes crashing down. Don't do it. Do not do it. What's the latest on Berger? Not sure. Let's see if we can look up any news. Berger injury. Let's check it out. All right. Slugger could return just in time to boost injury-riddled offense. This is Nolan Wrighton, by the way. I want to give some credit where it's due. Jake Berger could rejoin the Rangers as soon as Monday. Jake's doing well, Bochy said, before Sunday's game today. He had a really good session Saturday in the cage and on the field in BP. There you go. We could be seeing Berg back tomorrow. How about that? You heard it here first at Right on Rangers. Well, technically Nolan Wrighton, but you know what I mean. Nolan Wrighton for the win. Have I been to a game this year? Yes. I went to 2 games during the San Diego series. I have not been to a game in Arlington. Probably will not be going to any games in Arlington this year, barring something really incredible happening. A's are typically a pain for us. Definitely, man. Absolutely. You guys hear me say, anytime we go to the Northwest, it's a little bit of a house of horrors. Sacramento, Oakland, San Francisco, Seattle, always feels like it's a house of horrors. So great point. To get 3 in a row, to sweep the A's in a place that has caused us a lot of issues, not necessarily Sacramento, but again, just the Northwest, huge. Who gets cut if Berger comes back? That is going to be a really interesting question. It's going to be really fascinating. I wonder who it is going to be. Maybe Dylan Moore. I don't think it's going to be Duran. There's going to be a really interesting situation. Who are they going to send down? Does Cody Freeman get sent back down? Do you send back down Cody Freeman? I think there are a number of different options here. I'm going to be very curious. But rosters, yes, they do expand a little bit tomorrow. But still, you've got some other injuries as well. Guys that you may have to end up parting ways with depending on how it all works out. But the roster expansion does help for sure. Absolutely. By the way, let's look that up real quick. I want to get the parameters all correct. Let's see. So rosters expand. Let's see. 28 players. Teams can carry 14 pitchers. So roster expands to 28. So technically you would still have to make a cut if you've got Spores, you've got Malley, and you've got Berger. You've got 26 right now, I believe. So when all of those guys come back, you are eventually Seager as well. You are going to have to make cuts at some point, but getting those 2 additional roster spots are huge. Definitely. My favorite non-Texas team, MLB. Whoever's playing the Astros, can I say that one? Whoever is playing the Astros is my second favorite non-MLB team. Non-Texas MLB team. I mean, seriously, I do enjoy watching the Padres play out here on the West Coast. You get a lot of Padres stuff. And so I do like watching the Pods play, but it really, I'm being dead serious. My second favorite non-Rangers team in MLB is probably the team playing the Astros. Corey, I think a lot of people thought that too, man. I think a lot of people thought that Texas was going to be a lot better. After watching A&M yesterday, they should be the least of your worries. I know, wasn't it funny? We did have a lot of people, a lot of A&M people yesterday coming in talking some trash during the live when Texas was losing. I went live during the fourth quarter of the Ohio State-Texas game. A lot of A&M people talking trash. I'm like, come on now. You guys had problems with UTSA. It was like a one-score game around the third quarter, wasn't it? It was like a one-score game. Come on now. We played the best defense in the country in their backyard, and we only lost by 1 score. Yeah. I'm not worried about A&M. The team that worries me the most, Texas Longhorns-wise, is probably Georgia. I know some of the Sooners fans are trying to talk a big game after beating Illinois State. Come on now. The only team I'm really worried about in the SEC is Georgia. Going to Georgia, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. I really don't see the Longhorns dropping another game. Anything can happen in college football. I just think Texas is too good, too much pedigree. And look, as much as I gave Sark a hard time for the goal line play calling, the reality is he's a great coach, and he's built an outstanding culture down there in Austin. He does need to be applauded. Texas football, it's been a second since they've been a perennial title contender. They've had some good years mixed in there, but Sark has got something cooking. Don't love all the play calling that he does at the goal line. It's been a couple of games back to back. I think a lot of Horns fans frustrated with what happens to the offense when we get within 10 yards of pay dirt. But you know what? I would much rather have Sark than not have Sark. We'll see how it goes later on in the season. Appreciate all y'all. Yeah, Rowdy is in a bit of a slump. Joc is red hot. The good news is you've got all these options. Plus Jake Berger coming back too. It's going to be huge. Young, hot for sure. Teflon, yes, sir. The hate on Arch is real. SMU fan, though? There you go, man. Hey, look, I enjoy following really all the DFW teams. And now that SMU and TCU aren't in the same conference, like I always enjoyed rooting for the DFW teams, even though I am tried and true Texas Longhorns. I definitely don't mind seeing some of those teams do well. And of course, SMU, you know, they've got a very interesting history. But Eric Dickerson, Craig James, Pony Express. I mean, look, it's fun. SMU, I always kind of have my eye on. I really hoped, what was it, last year when they were looking so good for the longest time. I was really hopeful that they were going to find a way to get into the playoff. We keep rolling. Yeah, basically Rowdy does need to pick up the slack, 100%. But I think Berger coming back is going to be big for that. All right, y'all. What are my thoughts on A&M? I'll try and be nice. I think A&M is definitely going to be winning some ball games this year, but I don't worry about A&M as a Texas fan. Look, they had their shot last year. I think last year was their shot at Kyle Field. I wouldn't be surprised if the A&M game got a little ugly this year. I am not too worried about A&M at all. They show an inability to really win the big ball games. And look, you're struggling against UTSA out the gate at home. It is the first game, so I don't want to be too hard on anybody. But I'm not worried about A&M this year. Definitely not. Or OU. I know OU's trying to, all the Sooners fans trying to tell me about the quarterback and the defense. I don't know. It was 34-3 last year. I know things change quickly with the transfer portal. I'm not worried about OU. All right, y'all. We'll have a couple of reels out to you guys at different points over the next 24 hours. Appreciate you guys and all the support that you give to the channel. Like I said, would love if you would go like the most recent video. I put out something on Micah Parsons. We put out a reaction to the Longhorns game yesterday as well. So thank you for all the ways that you support the show. It really does mean so much. And look, we'll be back tomorrow, Labor Day, but we're working anyways. We will be going through the game, 8th inning, 9th inning, hopefully talking about a Texas Rangers win. That'll be late night tomorrow for some of you guys. Probably what will be live maybe around 10 p.m. Texas time. 10 p.m. Texas time should be the 8th or 9th inning of that Diamondbacks game. That's the plan. Hopefully we'll be talking about another Rangers win. Corbin and Joc going back home. We got some good storylines. Hope you'll come back and join us tomorrow night. Again, probably about 10 p.m. Central Time if I had to guess. It'll be around 8 p.m. out here for me in Vegas. Should be great. All right, y'all. Big week ahead. Off day tomorrow. Well, for most of us, I would assume. The Rangers play. And then Thursday, Cowboys open up the season in Philly against the Eagles. Rangers are off that day. It's working out beautifully. We'll be live in the fourth quarter of that game against the Eagles. Should be good stuff. Thank you so much again for the support. Hope you guys have a great Sunday and a great Labor Day tomorrow. If you're celebrating, if you have the day off. If you don't, I'm sorry. Come hang out after the work day's over. Watch them ride on Rangers. Make your day a little bit better. All right, y'all. Have a good one. As I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.